Hello and welcome to the Troyiverse. This is episode 42. It is Sunday, July 19th. It is 2:32. The temperature is 80 degrees in Philadelphia. It is very nice. The air quality is actually back to being sort of like back to normal again. Um, it is so much happening in this world, and I am like I don't know. I'm cracking up about it. I'm not. It's not funny, haha, funny, but it's just ironic funny. But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, I'm happy that I took the notions that I needed to take to like be prepared. So let's just like start this thing up. First off, I haven't done this in a while, but it's a continuous thing for me. Fuck ICE, abolish ICE, and also fuck Donald Trump and his administration. Because of shitbox, or the orange shitbox, we are literally suffering from so many catastrophic things that are happening in America. Um, his administration literally stopped so many processes of science and research and just removing the I's and uncrossing the T's when it comes down to certain services that needs to be done. Certain services such as making sure that the quality of water is safe and making sure there is no flesh-eating bacteria inside of the water, which is now happening in certain states in America. Making sure that the products that we use and we eat via uh, farms and stuff like that are properly like vetted and made sure it's cool. And but we have now human feces, in like our produce and stuff like that. The fruits and vegetables and stuff like that are being shipped out, which is causing explosive, non-stop diarrhea in most cases for a lot of people. Um, it's a flesh-eating bacteria. We have listeria in the meats. So now, even in the meats, if you eat meats, there's listeria in it, which is also problematic for consumption and stuff like that. It makes you sick and could possibly lead to other um, bodily function problems and stuff like that. We, it's like, it's so funny because I'm going to take a note from the Republicans' book back when Obama was in presidency, and every time anything went wrong, even if it was Obama's fault or not Obama's fault, or underneath his privy, they blamed it as like, thanks Obama. So I want to say thanks fucking Trump for the fucking air quality from all the 800 plus fires that happened in Canada that now seeped into America. Thanks Trump. I blame you for that. Your fault. His this dumbass's war so he can avoid accountability of releasing the Epstein files has now moved to a fucking point where Iran has literally now said, y'all have 3 days. And mind you, they said we had 3 days 3 days ago. So I'm not sure what's going to happen in the near future, or as of today, I'm not sure what's going to happen after I finish this podcast, and hopefully in the next coming weeks you actually do hear this podcast. But yeah, I like they said they're going to retaliate and they're going to cross lines and it's going to be retaliatory. And I honestly, I'm not upset by it. I don't blame them. Like I said it before and I'll say it again. If there is a person like getting attacked and getting beat up by two other people, and all they're doing is literally just they're throwing punches back, but they're literally saying like, stop hitting us, stop. And they're like, then the two people start actually getting beat the fuck up by that one person, and then the two people want to say like, stop, all right, cool, like we're gonna stop hitting you, but you got to stop hitting us. And then when the one person stopped hitting the two people, then the two people start hitting them again. And then one person's like, I thought we was like in a peace talk and we wasn't hitting each other. Oh no, you're not supposed to hit us. So, but we're gonna hit you still. It don't make sense. Of course they're gonna retaliate. Of course anybody would retaliate, because I'm not just gonna stand there and let two people beat me the fuck up. Like that's just fucking, and it's so weird because that's such a weird like Caucasus Mountain thing to fucking think of. Be like, well, we have full autonomy to abuse and beat up and like accost you, but if you hit us back, then you're assaulting us. Like it don't make no fucking sense. But regardless, this is all because Trump didn't want to release the Epstein files and take accountability for himself and all the disgusting, horrible shit him and I want to say his friends, but even those people are like, we don't really fuck with that piece of shit weirdo. He just was there. But read the files, do your own research. Like I will always say that. I will always put that in any podcast that I talk about when it comes down to things I know, the things that I read personally, the things that I experienced personally. I'm always going to talk about my own experiences. I'm not asking anybody to jump on my bandwagon about the things I'm talking about. All I'm saying is, if you are curious about it, and even if you aren't curious about it, like you should be, like do your own research. Because, I mean, it's going to be more beneficial to understand what the fuck is going on than it is to actually be like, I'm just going to follow behind somebody else telling me what the fuck they think. What else is going on? I will say, with the air quality thing, I will say I was cracking up about this because as horrible as the air quality thing was, I was completely worried about you know myself, of course, and like my daughter and everything like that, because Delaware and Philly was getting hit hard. Philly got hit harder than Delaware, so I was happy about that. But I know Delaware got hit hard too, like that. But I have a gas mask. And I think if you've been a fan of my podcast since the beginning, that you know I've mentioned my own gas mask before, because I bought one for me and I bought one for my previous pet, my previous partner. They have one as well with an air filter and stuff like that. I had two air filters, one for regular like painting and stuff like that, and one for the chemicals and stuff like that. Now I have two for chemicals and one for painting or like that, not organic ones. But I honestly was chilling all day in my room because I was making sure like I kept the windows open. You know, they was like close the windows, make sure you barricade up, yada yada. But in my room it was super hot, and I was like, I gotta have the windows open and have my fan blowing. So had my gas mask on, I had my filter light locked in. I was sitting there watching anime and stuff all day, and I was just relaxed. I actually fell asleep with the gas mask on, which is actually more comfortable than I expected it to be. Like honestly, it was kind of funny because I didn't expect it to be as comfortable as it was, to just be able to be at the point where I just fell asleep with it on. But it was dope. It was good. It was a comforting experience. So I know, like divine forbid, if anything else happens uncouthly with the air quality, then I know I'm going to be cool with my gas mask and stuff like that. And not to mention, like all the stuff that's going on with the foods right now, like the like I said, it was feces in the lettuce, it's feces in the produce, like the fruits and vegetables. There's listeria in the meats, like there's flesh-eating bacteria in the water, like the air quality was toxic, like. And all this, I'm still chilling in my house because, like I said, gas mask one. I bought the food rations for like over 100 days, so I still have that. I haven't opened that. Not to mention, I still have my canned goods of like my soups and like fruits and canned fruits and stuff like that. So that's cool. Like I have plenty of bottled waters, like plenty of cases of bottled waters. I have my swords for home protection. I'm pretty much stacked up. I'm ready for Armageddon. And like, but go back really fast to like the whole Iran thing. Like they literally said they're gonna do something in like 3 days, and that was 3 days ago. So, and it's possible that they have like aid. Like I said this before. that they is intelligence has alluded to the fact that American intelligence has alluded to the fact that they might have aid coming from either Russia or from China. And I was saying that before because China has moved their warships closer to the borders of where they can strike America if they need to. So there's that. Russia's Russia. We already know that, orange ship boxes in Putin's like back pocket, but at the same time, like, it would take nothing for them to just be like, yeah, he's in the back pocket, but we still want to conquer America, and we'll help to do that by destroying their everything. And right now, we are as Americans at such a vital like point of fucking just falling apart because everything is going to fucking shit right now. So again, this is not the end of the podcast, but like I always say at the end of it, like, just tell those people that you love them. Don't waste any time. Don't waste another second. Like, be kind to them. Be kind to yourself. Let them know as much as and often as possible that you love them, and hopefully they will do the same back for you. But yeah, this is interesting. Like I keep saying, this experiment that is America is on its last leg. Like, Rome is falling, and it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. I am still doing my thing, ironically enough. Like, I'm still holding on to my concept of who I am as a person, which is all I want to do is help. And I actually am switching gears a little bit. I'm super happy and ecstatic because of the fact that I was able to help a couple recently. When it came down to it, I've talked about my sciatic nerve damage and my herniated disc and stuff like that I've been dealing with, and the exercises and the stretches and the products that I've been using to help keep me mobile and keep me upright and allow me to still be able to maneuver and be, balanced and yada, yada, yada. So I have a success coach in my school, which, again, just want to say thank you for everybody who has been liking my post. I think it was like 7 or 8 people who between no actually I want to say it was like at least 10 people on my TikTok who liked my my post. I put up my pictures of me being on the president's list with a 3.4 GPA and just having like 142 credits out of 182 credits. I have 10 more courses left to go, and like, I appreciate all those people who, like, mind you, all those people are non-family members. Just to, like, again, show you, like, tell the world like how much or how the lack of support I get from my family. My family are on my social media. They are on my Facebook. Some of them are on my TikTok, stuff like that. I think some of them are on my Instagram, like that. Nobody sent a like or anything like that. Nobody sent a call to say, hey, congratulations, nothing like that. It's all been strangers. So I appreciate every single one of you that are like acknowledging and celebrating or liking or giving me applause for that. So I really do appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I feel less alone, and I feel celebrated more so than I ever have from the life that I lived, growing up with my family. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, my success coach, his partner, his wife, fiance, girlfriend, I'm not sure. I just call her his partner. She also was suffering with a similar case of herniated disc and sciatic nerve damage. And so, because of my level of academic prowess that I'm displaying. Like as a success coach, he really doesn't have much that he's like has to do when it comes to me. Like he literally calls me at, like I want to say after every other session, like course that I have, and he'd be like, "Hey, you're doing a great job, keeping the good work," and that's pretty much it. So we basically just talk about like current event stuff or like pop culture things and stuff like that. But I mentioned how I had, the problems with my back and stuff like that, and he brought up and talked about how his partner has problems with her back. So I gave him the information of what I was using and what I was doing, and I am happy to say that they followed up with that. They listened and they bought the similar products. I don't think it was exactly the same, but similar products, and she's actually using it. And now that she's using it, she's actually having better progress. Excuse me. Better progress with her back. Excuse me. Excuse me. I had a tick on my throat. She's having a better process with her back pain, and which is great because it's a lot. It's a lot less stress on him as well. Because it's only natural if you care about somebody and that your partner or your, regardless if it's a partner or a friend or a child, if they're sick or they're not feeling well, like if you care about them enough, you're also going to feel the pressure of like their pain on you as well, because you don't want them to go through that. So thankfully she's doing better and she's able to sleep better, and he's doing better because he's able to sleep better. And I just was happy because of the fact that, like, that's my goal. Like, that's always been my goal. That's always been my thing, to help and to be of service to people and to help people as much as possible. And I'm glad that this is, not the first, because it's not like the first time I've helped somebody, but I'm happy to continue this journey of helping others in whatever capacity that I can, that I am also comfortable with. Because that's the whole reason why I'm choosing this degree and choosing this field of work, because the fact that I want to use my mind and use my capacity for compassion to help others, get to a point of feeling some type of relief, if it's mental, physical, emotional, but regardless, like they'll feel a level of just comfort in their life that they didn't have before. It's not like I want to have a huge part of their life be remembered, like a huge part of being remembered in their life. Like even if I'm a slither of a millisecond in the eternity of who they are, like I'm happy that I brought some type of glimmer of hope or a glimmer of help to them, instead of what the world has been doing recently for a lot of people, which has been nothing but just horrible and just darkness to like people's life. So again, I am happy that I was able to help them with that, and that they are able to just be in a better place. So that's dope. But moving on from that topic, I have been so happy with so much stuff recently. Like I said, I've been talking to my daughter. I talked to my daughter for 2 weeks. This past week, I didn't talk to her. She did not want to have a conversation this week, which is fine. I personally was disappointed because I always want to talk to my daughter, but I have also, at the same token, because two things happen at once. Two things can be in progression at the same time. I was super proud of her for setting her boundaries and for having the capacity and understanding that she can say no when she wants to say no. That is one of my biggest things when it comes down to anything. It's always about consent. And when it comes down to consent, it's about your own bodily autonomy and understanding what you are willing to do and what you're willing and what you're not willing to do. And the fact that she has that autonomy to be like, no, I'm good, no conversation today. I was so ecstatic and so happy that she was able to express herself that way. So Like, I'm so fucking proud of my daughter. Like, I'm so happy for my mini me. So I'm looking forward to the next time I get to talk to her, and I'm looking forward to the progression of our relationship and how that's going to be building and growing from that. And even if it comes to a thing where I don't talk to her this coming week or next week or something like that, like, I understand and I know that it's going to. This is difficult. This is hard. Like, we've been apart from each other for like 6 years. Like, as of now, 6 years, because it was July 14th when all this stuff happened. And to have her have all these people around her telling her these fables and falsehoods and these stories about, myself, and that were completely false, and these made up narratives because of the fact of their own, relationship with themselves and the person that I was also with. Like, it's a lot to handle, and she's 10, about to be 11 this year, so that's even more that I honestly wish she didn't have to experience or go through. But I know that when I get her back and when I'm actually able to raise her again, then I will have the recordings. Like, I have the recordings that she can listen to when she's older, and she can process this better. I have the text messages to show the proof of me constantly wanting to be involved in her life and talk to her, and how her mom removed that option because of her own agenda. I have the photos of like me taking pictures of like myself and her like almost daily, like from birth, because one of the things was it was so funny that, like, thinking back on it now, because I've always been saying, like, life goes so fast at certain points, and I didn't want to miss a moment, so I always was taking pictures of like my daughter every single day, because I was honestly going to make a collage of just like her growing up, because I seen a video of that one dude who took a picture of himself like a year, like every day for a year. So I was like, I wanted to do a collage of that. I was taking a picture of my daughter like as often as possible, but like definitely like making a collage of her growing up from being a baby to a toddler, a big infant to a toddler to to her formative years of being like 3 to 4, and then up to being 10 or 11, yada yada yada. And I mean, I didn't know how long I was going to do it for. Like, I was hopefully was going to do it until like till I die, so to speak. But like, it was always going to be a thing where, I don't know, maybe when she turned like 18 or 21, I can do like a full collage and be like, this is your life type thing. So I always took a lot of pictures of my daughter when she was like growing up and stuff like that. But show her those pictures and the videos that I used to take of her just talking and like sharing stories and like playing video games and like just being her natural self and reading like books and stuff like that, like just being awesome. But yeah, I look forward to the day that I can actually see her face to face, and we can actually just hang out again and just like see the world and learn the world around us and learn ourselves and learn each other and stuff like that, while we're hopefully not surviving the apocalypse. But like just like traveling the world and just seeing new things and trying new foods and stuff like that. But regardless, outside of that, because honestly that's the one thing that is the most exciting thing that I'm super happy about. But when I tell you like the lower extent of things that I'm like happy and I'm celebrating, is like all the incredible TV shows that are out right now. Like, here's the thing. I am a huge X-Men fan. I love X-Men 97. Season 2 has been great. I am a little bit biased because only episodes I really do like are the ones where it was Wolverine in it, or the one that had Jubilee and X-Force and stuff like that. Now, I don't have any gripes about the Wolverine episode that just came out this past Wednesday, because of the fact that here's the thing. I feel like, first and foremost, I feel like the writers for the show, they know of the characters, but they don't know the characters. And the only reason I will give you my opinion of that is because of the fact that even when the episode with X-Force happened, which was a great episode, I loved all that 90s like hoopla, because that was the pinnacle of it. It was the X-Men, it was X-Factor, it was X-Force, and they was distinctly different teams. But I enjoyed them all for what they were. But Psylocke can't block shit with her side powers. Like, I feel like that's like, because when the dude went to shoot her and she put up her butterfly, and then her butterfly thing popped up as a shield, I was like, that's not a power. That's not what she does. Like, she's a telepath. Like, she's like Emma Frost and Jean Grey and Xavier. And once again, I feel like because this narrative of these people that don't know comic books or don't know the comic book abilities keeps doing, which is that whole weird running joke of saying, like, if Xavier can read minds, then why can't he move his legs? And it's like, he's a telepath. He's not a telekinetic. Jean Grey is a telepath and telekinetic. But Xavier and Emma Frost and like Psylocke, they're just telepaths. They can all four of them can go into the astral plane. Only one of them can actually move stuff with their minds. It's so annoying. Like, it's so annoying. Like, so I feel like some of the writers just wrote, like, they just like, oh, it'd be cool if she just blocked it with her butterfly shield. It's like she don't have a butterfly shield. So when it goes into the Wolverine episode, I feel like it's the same rule apply. It's a weird narrative bias of people that just don't like Wolverine, who are just like, we're just going to make him a cut-through piece of shit. And it's like, he is a soldier, but he's not. Like, every time in the past Wolverine had to do something that was despicable or horrible, it weighed on his shoulders. He didn't do it because he was plotting to make people get killed, get fucked up. He did it because it was the mission, and it was going to help save other people's lives. So to have it be a thing where he goes into this like fucking, like, he grabs all, like, half of his supervillains and half of his friends, and then take them to a suicide mission. Now, granted, they did not know that the Brood was going to be there, which was actually pretty dope that they actually had the Brood in there. That's fucking fire. But, like, to go into a suicide mission to get his adamantium back, like, it made for a great story, but it was really ridiculous because it didn't make sense. But regardless, it is what it is. It's a comic book. It's a alternate reality of the X-Men comic books. Just like, you know, just because these are the X-Men characters, that doesn't mean that these are the same characters from the X-Men comic books. So, regardless of anything, again, like, enjoy the ride. Like, why are people just fucking? Because fucking, I don't even want to say her name. I'm just going to say FF, which is so funny because just like the FF Fantastic Four, there's another chick I just don't like with the FF moniker. But she was like, I didn't even watch her video. It was just literally her first thing that she said was like, I was justified by watching for this episode. I was like, shut up. I had to block her again. Like, it's I always, like, if for some reason it's every 30 days because I'm a comic book head and because I like Wolverine, because of yada yada, like I have to reblock her page because she pops up because she talks about comic books. I can't stand her. She's annoying. Like, I enjoyed her at first until she started going on that trope of just being like problematic for no reason. So I was just like, I'm good. I'm okay. So, and it's horrible because I know that she's like cool with a couple of other people that I actually do bang with in the comic book scene, like in the black, like POC comic book scene, or like that. But regardless, can't stand her. But yeah, when it comes down to it, I'm enjoying season 2 of what's called. It's not hitting as hard as season 1, but I understand why. That Witch Call is not head showrunner anymore from season 1 to season 2, so it is what it is. But I'm still enjoying it for what it is. Not to mention, Rick and Morty is back. Like, I haven't been watching it on Adult Swim because I don't have that network, but I do watch it when it comes out on HBO Max. So I've been keeping up with it on HBO Max. I've been having a ball watching Rick and Morty again. I love the progression of the characters. I love that it's a constant progression of these characters and that they don't miss a beat and they just keep going and moving forward and progressing with these characters. It's amazing. It's great. So between that, I haven't watched the stat. I haven't watched the stat yet. I haven't. I think I'm probably going to wait until, because I think this is the last episode that's happening tonight. So I'm actually going to look to see if I can get like AMC, the free 7-day trial for AMC, and just binge watch it like this coming week, whatever. Because I want to see the series. Like I'm looking forward to seeing the series. I'm looking forward to seeing the season. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to jump into whatever they're going to jump into the next season. Because hopefully, here's the thing about it. I hope they do the Body Thief in the next series. Like, I hope the next season is the Body Thief, because that book was incredible. Now, mind you, one of my favorite books was Memnock the Devil, hands down. Memnock the Devil, one of my favorite Vampire Chronicles books, like, of the series. That was it. Like, I hope, fingers crossed, that they get to that and they have a whole series. That's the whole series, is Lestat and Memnock the Devil. Like, that's the whole series of it. I hope that's what it is, but I hope that this next coming season is going to be like, honestly, they can do a thing where it's a blend. I mean, my opinion is my opinion. Nobody has to listen to my opinion, but I appreciate everybody who is listening to my opinion. All my followers and listeners and stuff like that. But if they did like a Memnock, they did a Body Thief mixed with like the Vampire Mod story, because like that would be dope. Like, I don't want people to like be sympathetic for Ahmad, but at the same time, I would like for Ahmad's story to be told in its full totality, of showing how fucked up his life was before he was turned to a vampire, and why he's such a he's such a toxic person. He's such a toxic person when it comes down to relationships, because he yearns to be like wanted, and that's all he wants, is for somebody to want him, because he was abused. So, like, I if you haven't read the Vampire Mod, I say read the Vampire Mod. I remember, if you remember, I said I didn't finish it all because I was too young for it. I was in my 20s, and my maturity level for reading about a person getting sodomized and raped in almost every other chapter. And maybe it's like revisionist history on my part, or revisionist memory on my part, because maybe it wasn't that much, but I felt like it was an extreme amount of like just rape and sodomy that was happening in that book. And I just was like, I can't just keep digesting and reading this. It was too much. So I also know that I have to go back, because I actually want to read the Vampire Chronicles all over again. I also want to read the Mayfairy Witches storylines, because Lestat was in that. So I want to like make sure that that's like, you know, where I'm at with it. But yeah, like I hope that they allow themselves to do the Vampire mod and also the Body Thief in like tandem, like next season. That would be dope. What else? I've been keeping up with a bunch of my anime. So like I actually finished like two animes so far, which was the Rascal Doesn't Dream series, which that came out of nowhere. I wasn't even checking for it. I was just literally like looking for like something new to watch, because I just finished, what did I finish before that? I finished Zombieland Saga before that, and I started watching Sentenced to Be a Hero, which I did finish. I just finished that yesterday actually. But I was watching Sentenced to Be a Hero, and then when I was watching Sentenced to Be a Hero, I went and I started thumbing through other anime that was out there, and I like somehow came upon Rascals Doesn't Dream of Bunny Girl, or Rascals Does Not Dream About Bunny Girls, and I thought it was fascinating from the synopsis, and I actually like checked it out, and it was fantastic. Like the first opening line was a little bit like extra, a little bit cringe, a little bit off, like, you know, but once again, as a writer, I understand that every word that I write is not going to be digested well by everybody who reads it. So, but I want to give the option of like seeing where the story goes outside of something that I might not agree with. Which, once again, that's the same way I feel about Masukyo Tenshin, Jobless Reincarnation. It's a lot of people that are being weirdos on both sides, honestly. But like, the story of itself, the anime of itself, does not have the same depiction of what happened in the manga. I understand why they took it out. I'm grateful for the reasons why they took it out, and I'm grateful that they didn't keep that in the story when it came down to the anime. Like, because point blank period, I personally didn't feel like it was needed to be in the anime. However, it's in a manga, and for those who read the manga, they know what it is, and I'm not going to keep on perpetuating that, you know, yada yada. But for the anime is dope. Like, once again, if you have a problem with like characters that get reincarnated dating other characters in their reincarnated world, then that's your problem. Don't watch the show. Like, it is what it is. But when it comes down to it, like, oh no, it was a fucking hit. But like, if you got a problem with it, don't watch it. But don't keep fucking going into the forums where people do enjoy it. And it's the same shit. And once again, it goes back to the fucking Pokemon shit. I'm not going into fucking Pokemon forums and every single day being like, fuck Pokemon. Pokemon's about slavery. Pokemon, blah, 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 blah. No, like, it's not, like, it is what it is. Like, people enjoy it. People enjoy it, they enjoy. Let them enjoy it, they enjoy, man. Shit, it's weird. But regardless, this series, the Rascal Doesn't Dream About series, was fucking fire. And it's interesting how they did it, because in the series, if you look it up on Amazon, the series has 2 seasons. Even though it says season 1, and then the second season is season 5. And that's because of the fact that they made 3 movies that was in the middle of season 1 and season 5. So you have to watch it in that order. You have to watch season 1, You have to watch the 3 movies, and then you have to watch the season 5. But then they're supposed to have a season 6. I'm not sure if it's going to be the final movie or if it's going to be an actual series. But that's supposed to be coming out. Well, in Japan, it's going to be coming out in October. I'm not sure when Crunchyroll is going to get the rights to it to stream in America. But when I tell you that shit, because here's the thing. My thing is, I love science. Like, if y'all, as a listener to this podcast, y'all know how much I love science. And I love fringe science. I love quantum physics, quantum theory, quantum mechanics. I love all that. I love string theory. I love Schrödinger cat. And when I tell you, all of that is inside this anime, but they also merge it and mix it with like the supernatural as well. And like, it's so well done. Like, it's so well done. Like, I was so pleased. I was so pleased with it. Like, every episode I was captivated. I was just enthralled with it. Like, I sobbed. Is like, here's the thing. I have no qualms with sobbing. I sob a lot with a lot of different shows, like, which is why I actually stick up for Musical Tension or Jobless Reincarnation, because like that Father's Day episode had me fucking in tears. But like, there's a lot of animes I do watch, like Zombieland Saga had me crying in one of the episodes. But there was the season fucking finale, the last episode of season 1 for Rascal Doesn't Dream, had me sobbing. It had me sobbing. Oh my god, it was such a good episode. But I'm looking forward to finishing that series. I'm looking forward to the series being finished so that I can finish the series. Like, I am not a manga reader. I have no qualms about manga. Manga is dope. For those who enjoy it. I've read mangas in the past. I just prefer like watching the animated version. Like, personally, I know, once again, just like books, like I am missing out on a lot because everything can't be conveyed into the animated field the same way the manga side does it. But that's just my preference. It is what it is. But when it comes down to it, like, I finished the Rascal series. I went back and finished the last like 5 episodes of like Sins to Be a Hero. I'm looking forward to the second season of that dropping. They have confirmed that they are doing a second season for it. I'm not sure when it's going to be dropping, but I'm happy about it. I just started. I just started Roll Over and Die. I'm on episode 8, I believe, right now, of the first season. I think it's 2 seasons. I'm not sure if it's 2 seasons, but I believe it's 2 seasons. But I'm on episode 8 of the first season. When I tell you, it gives me all of the feels and the memories and like the nostalgia of Xena and Gabrielle from Xena Warrior Princess. Like, that's all it is. It's so good. It's so great. It's so perverted and also so wholesome. It's wholesomely perverted. Like, but in like the best way possible. Like when they just keep greeting each other and it's be like, milk it, bastard, milk it, bastard. It's adorable. It's endearing. But the fact that they confirm that they are like catching the vapors for each other by like they'll be like by the new blind chick, because she's blind, so her senses is heightened a little bit, and being like, what's that sweet smell? And they're like, oh, that's just them greeting each other. They like to greet each other in private and touch each other. Like, I'm like, whoa, okay, like, all right, we have confirmation. Unlike Xena and Gabrielle, which was mainly fanfics until like the last season, basically, where the fanfics invaded the goddamn show and basically was like, no, y'all are a couple. We don't care if y'all are saying y'all a couple or not. But yeah, great show. I love the premise of it. I love the conspiracy of it. And it was actually really great because of the fact that coming off of the sentence to be a hero and seeing how the church was the villains, and now going into Roll Over and Die and seeing that the church is the villains. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. Like, fucking A, let's go. Because, I mean, here's the thing. When it gets to a point of that much power that you're fucking telling other people that they can't do shit, or they can't, like, they couldn't get herbs. What do you mean you can't get herbs? What do you mean? What do you mean that if our goddess, our deity that bestows healing power on us can't heal y'all, then y'all just fucked? But it's literally herbs over here that can help cure these ailments that y'all can't fucking cure. What do you mean they can't get it? What do you mean? So I'm like, yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to like getting back home and like finishing the rest of that season. I think it's 2 seasons. I believe it's 2 seasons. I'm not sure though. But even if it's only 1, I'm excited to like finish that. I'm so happy because of you and I are polar opposites. Season 2 is out. They're dropping an episode each week. So I am ecstatic about that. Like I think episode 3 has dropped already today because I think they drop on Sundays. The same thing for the old country bumpkin swordsman. Season 2 is out, and they've been like dropping that I think every Sunday as well. So it's on episode 3 as well, which I'm ecstatic about. Like the season's been really good. Is the opening for it has been really good. They just jumped into like the premise of the big bad plot for this season. What else? I've been catching up with The Time I Reincarnated as Slime season 4. I am 2 episodes back because of the whole, them not bringing out the dub version of it and just keeping out the sub version when they premiere, but they go back every 2 episodes to redub it, so that yada. So I'm like 2 episodes behind because I enjoy the American actor voices for the show. I don't have a problem with the original voice actors for the original subtitle version. But personally, I prefer and I enjoy the American voices for it. So that's why I'm continuing with that because I started off with that and I just want to finish it off that way. What else have I been watching? There's been other stuff that I was watching. I just can't remember what it was right now. I do have to finish Rise of the Shield Hero. Sorry, not Sword Hero. Rise of the Shield Hero. I do have to finish that. I'm on season 2 because I finished season 1, and I gotta finish season 2 and season 3. But I just didn't feel like I don't know. I wasn't when I restarted season. When I started to watch season 2. I guess I was away from the series for so long. I just wasn't really enamored with the characters from where they started, and then I forgot about the slave part of it, and it was just the whole point. Like with one of the characters was like, I want to be stronger. He's like, all right, be my master slave, and I was like, I mean, does she have to? And she instantly was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, oh god, like. All right, like I'll get back to this. I'll get back to this episode or this series like when I get back to it. But yeah, so that's why I haven't like jumped back into that, even though it's out and it's done. I think stuff like that. But like I was telling my success coach because he asked me, he was like, when you watch anime, yada, like do you quit after a while? I was like, he's like, how long do it take for you to like watch a certain amount of episodes and be like, this is not for me, or yada. And I was like, honestly, I'm not a quitter. I was like, I'm not a quitter, so like I might stop watching it for a while, but then I'll go and I'll finish it eventually and stuff like that. But you know, because I was like, for me, what was the last one I just watched that was fucking it? Log Horizon was one that I was like, I dragged myself through the coals with that one because I was just like, it wasn't where I wanted to go. It like, I understand that they was trying to do a geopolitical, like, you know, subplot that became the main plot type thing, but I was like, I was so bored with it because I was just like, I wanted this to be. I thought this was going to be a series where it was about them in that world, and they was going to be doing, you know, the gaming stuff. But while they was doing the gaming stuff, it was like, you know, like similar to like the first two seasons of like Sword Art Online, like how they was stuck in the world, but they was still doing the gaming events. They were still doing the gaming world processes, but they were still also learning the differences of this actual world compared to what they was getting from the game. So I thought that's what they was going to do, and not it just become like this geopolitical thing where it's like, oh, we gotta keep blah 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 safe and blah. Like it was like, I enjoyed when they went to like the minis team, to which, and it was funny too because in my head, I created a better fucking like storyline for the series than like the series gave me, because it is so funny, and I will tell you this in all honesty, that I thought the cat person was going to betray them. I thought like Chief was going to betray them. And I will explain to you why I thought Chief was going to betray them. I blame Star Wars, and I blame Lando Calrissian, Billy D. Williams character from Star Wars, because his authentically black voice was so buttery smooth and so like chill that I was just like, oh, he's chill because he's going to be a fucking traitor. He's going to be Lando Calrissian in this fucking show. He's going to be the one who, because he was too good of a fighter. He was so extremely well done as a, and also, you know me, I have a thing for characters that use like two-handed weapons. Like if you got a sword in both hands, or like Wolverine, you got claws on both hands, or like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, or Shadowstar. Like if you like Shadowstar, or even Nightcrawler, like give me characters that got blades in both hands. Like I'm with it. Now, granted, I refuse to watch One Piece because I already know Zoro's in it. He got like 3 blades. I refuse to watch it. It's too long. I'm not wasting that much time watching that show. Like Subi. Now I will watch the live action. I am actually going to at one point watch the live action and get that going. But as for the anime, nope. And I welcome I welcome the hate from everybody that watched the anime. It's like, I welcome it. I'm never watching that anime. It's too long. It's a waste of time for me, and I refuse. The fact that the writer, the creator, literally was like, "Oh yeah, no, we're just going to keep going as long as I keep going." No, nope. Especially when the main fans of the show literally be like, "Oh no, just wait till you get to the episode 250. That's when it get good. Or wait till you get to episode 500. That's when it get good. Or wait till you get to episode 800. That's when it get good." Like, no. I'm not waiting that long. If it's not good within the first 10 episodes, why am I waiting for a whole no? So, but yeah, I was like, this character is way too good of a fighter and way too much of a glass cannon to not be on the front lines fighting more. But every time it was something, that stuff that was happening where he should have been there fighting, he was always in the background chilling. Like, first of all, I get that he was teaching everybody how to cook when they first got there, but after a while, they had a whole slew of people that was cooking. So why weren't you fighting? Why weren't you doing anything? When the dude who was the player killer came in and was killing all the people, and he killed little homie, the little ninja girl, Natsuki. Like, why wasn't he out there trying to help? Why wasn't he out there doing shit? Like, it ain't make sense. They up there in the background, yeah, those girls is doing a great thing. Like, I'm all for girl power and I'm all for, yeah, but you a great fighter, dude. And then they had that one fight scene that you was fighting in the on the train, and you almost got your ass kicked because the one dude was like 10 levels higher than you. Like, I'm like, that was it? That was it? Like, come on, man. And you can't be like, because he's old. Like, that, his age in the game had no preference on, like, no reverence on the, like, his age in real life. Yeah, he was like probably like 38 or like 45 or something like that in real world like scenario, but his cat fucking form was, that's how he was, how his age was in the cat. Like, he wasn't old, he was still like battle ready. Like, so it didn't make sense. None of it made sense of why they had him in the background like that. Maybe they just didn't want to hire the black dude as the voice actor and keep giving them fucking money. I don't know. But, like, it just didn't make sense. So that's why I thought he was going to be a, like, betrayer, yada, yada, yada. I thought they was going to make him Billy D. Williams. I thought they was going to make him Lando Calrissian. That's what I thought. But regardless, that didn't happen. Never happened. Never even happened. Just, they ended the show off with the young John confessing her love to the main character. The main character, like, sorry, but I love somebody else. I'm not going to tell her I love her, but I think she knows I love her. But if she don't know, then who knows what's going to happen? Talking about, fucking the ninja girl. I'm like, this is dumb. This is dumb. This is like, all this was dumb. But regardless, like, I finished it. So yeah, that's what I was like. If I start it, I finish it. So once again, like, when it comes down to Rise of the Shield Hero, I'm gonna, because the action was good for the first season. Hopefully, they'll breeze past the slave stuff, and there won't be more slave stuff happening, which more likely it will. And then it'll get to the action stuff, and I'll just be like, and throw it the action, like, ooh, look, pretty colors, lights, and sounds. I don't know, like how every weird Marvel fanboy do with Marvel and DC movies. Ooh, explosions, character development. What's that? But no, but yeah, it was actually funny too, because me and the Success Coast was actually talking about Odyssey, because he was like, "Are you going to see the Odyssey?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" Because I'm a big fan of Christopher Nolan. Like, I'm a huge fan of Christopher Nolan. Like, from Inception, fucking Memento, Interstellar, the Batman movies. Like, I'm a huge fan of this Christopher Nolan, and the fact that I'm also a huge fan of Hans Zimmer. Like, and when they come together, they don't miss. Like, they don't miss when they come together, and I love them together. And for them to actually be in, like, to create the Odyssey, like, I know that shit's going to be fucking fire. So I'm looking forward. Not to mention, like, I like and enjoy all the actors in it. Like, the fact that he actually cast the fucking it couple of, like, relationship goals for me, which is Zendaya and Tom Holland, or Tom Holland is there, whoever you want to say first, the goddamn fucking thing. Like, Tom Daya, if you want to do, or Zen Holland, if you if you want to merge their names, like them together is always a winning combination for me. Like, if they're doing interviews together or they're just doing movies together, I don't care. They're like, I love them. I love their energy together. It's amazing. Their support system for each other is fucking incredible. Matt Damon, John Leguizamo, Lupita, it's going to be, even which color, even Batman is in it. Oh, and I didn't even know Batman was in it. What's his name from Harry Potter? That got killed and reincarnated into a vampire, sparkle vampire, in which call it, in Twilight. Well, he's in it, I think. Like, so, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I might actually go see it on Wednesday. 'cause I think Wednesday is like the last day for it to be. Oh, motorcycle group. Motorcycle gang. They got quads. They're not a motorcycle gang. They're just a quad gang. I'm sorry, but like, the last showing, the last day showing is Wednesday at the theater that I like going to. So I'm gonna do that on Wednesday, and I'm going to get my comic books that same day or like that. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. I've been going to the movies a lot this year than I have in the last 2 years, because I just seen Supergirl like 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Now I'm going to be going to go see the Odyssey this Wednesday, and then I want to say next week I'm going to be doing. I'm going to go see Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Definitely going to go see that. It was one more thing I wanted to go see that I didn't see. Oh, Evil Dead Burn. I want to go see Evil Dead Burn. So I'm trying to see if I can try to do Evil Dead Burn and Spider-Man the same day, but I'm not sure. But either way, I do want to see Evil Dead Burn, only because of the fact that, like, Evil Dead came out the same year I was born. Evil Dead came out in 81, and first of all, I seen Evil Dead 1 way too early. I think I seen it when I was like 8. I should not have seen it when I was that young. However, I did see it when I was young, and I love that movie. I love that movie. I love the second movie. I love the third movie. I have not watched, but I do plan on watching Ash versus the Evil Dead. I did see the other Evil Dead movies that came out. The reboot of the original, because all of these movies are in the same universe. So the one where they actually had the girl who was on drugs, and all her friends was trying to get her to like get clean because they went to the cabin. I seen that one. I seen Evil Dead Rise when they was in the apartments that was over the bank. That was dope. I want to see Evil Dead Burn, and I do know. Here's the thing. Ironically enough, the director of The Mummy, the latest Mummy movie, came out and said that the girl was a Deadite, but she's a loosely based Deadite. He was like, this Mummy film loosely takes place in the Evil Dead universe. So at least that was his agenda, if you will, of what he was trying to do when it came down to like creating this movie, creating this narrative for this film. So that's something I also want to it's actually out now. Actually, I can actually watch it, I think, on either Hulu or on Max, HBO Max, or it might be on Netflix. I don't know. It could be on Prime. I don't know, but I know I can watch it somewhere on one of those streaming networks. So I'm actually going to watch it probably later on this week or something like that. If I want to like cleanse my palate of any like animes, just watch some like a movie or like that, or a film. I'm waiting for Yellow Jacket season 4 to drop. I'm waiting for that. Like I wanna see that, and I'm waiting for that. And I'm annoyed because I know it was supposed to be 5 seasons for Yellow Jackets, but they went and because of the writer strike and then the actor strike and the hiatus and stuff like that, they're only going to now do 4 seasons. So like I'm looking forward to seeing how this ends. I wish they did have the time to have done the season 5, but if everybody feels comfortable with how they like finish the narrative with season 4, then I can't be mad at it. I'm going to support them for that, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how they're going to end it off. But yeah, what else? What else is I'm thinking about watching Black Cat. I'm thinking about watching Black Cat because it looks interesting. But before I watch Black Cat, I'm actually going to watch Kicked Out the Heroes Party first, and also it's the one where he was like the one where he wanted to when he there's another one where he got kicked out of another anime where the main dude got kicked out of the party, but he wanted to like solo a dungeon basically by itself. But then eventually that whole storyline gets like fucking knocked like kicked off to his curve because he starts like teaming up with like a battle hardened warrior who has her own team, but she falls in love with him. But also he starts training the sister, the younger sister to the same girl who had like she's going to school to like learn how to become a dungeon raider, and he becomes a teacher to them. But the little sister got crushed on him too and stuff like that. But of course he's like trying to mess with the older one. But as of right now, he's like playing it cool. He's not trying to mess with like the older sister. He's just kind of like being like, no, I'm just here, just trying to help, and like thank you for appreciating me type shit. But I want to watch that one first. I want to watch those two first before I even jump into Black Cat. And I've just seen this new anime that just dropped. I can't remember the name of it, but it's supposed to be like the solo. I hate when they do this. I hate when they say this, but they like this is the competition, the solo leveling or like that. And it's like it's literally just the same premise. It's just it's which is fine. I'm cool with because people eventually have similar ideas. But it was like, he was fighting a dragon or something like that, or a serpent in the beginning of it. He gets killed, or he's about to die, and then like a deity like grants him to like go back in time for 15 years, but still have all of his abilities that he had before, and he's able to like know what's going to happen because he lived the 15 years already, so he knows how to defeat all these different like dungeons and get all these different attributes and stuff like that. So it's one of those type things where it's going to like it looks interesting. I can't remember the name of it, but I've been watching the recaps for it on Anime Recap or Anime Talks or whatever it's called. Like that look good. Now there's one that I'm only going to watch on Anime Talk or Anime Recap, which is like it was a soldier who was honorably discharged from his service because he was a hoss, he was a cannon, and he was given land to become the master of or whatever like that, and he ends up meeting up with this group of like nomads that live on that land as well, and he marries one of the girls they have horns on their heads, and he marries one of them, and then like they bring him into their keep and they help him do stuff, and it's a lot. It looks cool, but I'm not really that interested in watching the whole series. Like I'm actually going to just watch it on an Anime Recap and just do it that way. Besides that, just kind of like I can't think of any other animes that I'm actually going to watch right now besides those. But yeah, I'm super excited because all the, like I like from the first off, the You and I Are Polar Opposites one is so good. Like because it's on the same lines of like Hodamori, which was a really great anime. Because it's like a slice of life one with like just students in high school that like fall in love with each other, stuff like that, and like the friend group that evolves from their love with each other and stuff like that. And it's the same thing with You and I Are Polar Opposites, like except for they really put more emphasis into the group dynamic more so than they like. I'm not going to say they didn't put that much group dynamic in it, but I feel like the second season put more effort into the group dynamic for Hodamete. I know I'm saying it wrong. I'm butchering it. Because I mean, the first season was dealing with Hoti and Murillo. But the second season was dealing with the friend group, basically. Like, it had elements of dealing with the friend group in the first season, but it was mainly about the two main, like, love interests. Like, in You and I Are Polar Opposite, it deals with the main characters, but it also deals with their friends. Like, there's a whole episode dealing with, like their friends liking another friend, and how when he was younger, he was fat and he was overweight. And then he like he was like in middle school, he was overweight, but when he got in high school, he like grew into his body and lost all the weight, and actually became more handsome and stuff like that. But he's also cynical because of the fact that he never was when people engaged with him, it was always to make fun of him or to, like, laugh at him and stuff like that. So when he lost weight and got taller and stuff like that, when people started to talk to him, he thought they was instantly just making fun of him. So he was always just like they don't like me, like, yada yada. But then he ended up, like, not so much confessing his love for, like, one of his friends, but he basically was like, yo, you deserve better than that. Like, every time, like, you dealing with people, because she was one of the characters that she was like, she liked bad boys, and she liked people that treated her like shit. And it was also a thing where he was like, yo, you should want better for yourself. Like, you're an awesome person, and you shouldn't be treated like that. And you shouldn't have to deal with people like that want to treat you negatively. And so she likes him, but he's not saying anything. But he likes her, but he's not saying anything. Like, they're not saying anything to each other. It's cute though. It's really endearing as, like, character development, stuff like that. But it's something I really enjoy. I actually, when I get home, I'm actually going to probably eat whatever the fuck I'm going to grab for dinner for the day, and then just kind of like chill and watch those animes today, and then of course finish. When I say them, I mean You and I Are Polar Opposites and Country Bumpkin, the old swordsman from the country goes. It's such a long title, and it's you know what? Also, I'm actually looking forward to, and I'm hoping that they get a season 2. I think they got a season 2 in the works. I Parry Everything. I loved season 1 of I Parry Everything. That is one of those genres I can't wait to see, and I'm looking forward to seeing. But between You and I Are Polar Opposites and Country Bumpkin, I'm looking forward to watching those new episodes today. I think Rick and Morty actually has a new episode today as well. Oh, and My Adventures with Superman. Oh man, I'm so excited about that, because that comes out every Monday for me on HBO Max or like that. Like, that's when I watch it. But yo, when I tell you, those episodes have been fucking fire, dude. Like, I love that show. I love that show so much. It's so great. This is why I'm like, I appreciate, like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the, Superman adventures or like that was with the Batman adventures, and then it turned into the Justice League and stuff like that, and Justice League Unlimited. But I really love My Adventures with Superman because of the fact that, like, they really incorporate all the comic books. Like, they incorporate, it's not just Superman or Adventures comic books. I'm sorry, action comic books. It's also like Lois Lane, girlfriend of Superman. It's also Jimmy Olsen, Superman's best friend. Like, there's also all those comic books as well. It's that whole, like, mythos of, like, those comic books just merged into, like, this cartoon narrative, and I love that so much. Like, it's so well done. So yeah, those are things that I've just been enjoying, like, immensely, while I'm also avoiding all the people. I'm avoiding all the people, and I'm avoiding all the zombies, and I'm avoiding all the disasters of Armageddon, and I'm just gotta like wait until I can get into the right position so I can get my hitcher or my RV, and then travel the world and travel to, like, the safe states, to see the world with my daughter. That's honestly all I'm doing. But yeah, again, final note, final message is always: make sure that you are kind to yourself. Make sure you're kind with others. Make sure that, you know what I mean, you hydrate and keep yourself, you know, safe in these weird, interesting times. Hopefully we can make it to 2030, you know, until CERN returns on their Hydro Collider and start fucking with the timelines again. But yeah, just be kind to yourself and be kind to one another. We can make it if we try, and you know, yada yada yada. But yeah, sorry, I'm starting to get hungry. So, I'm starting to crash because I want to get some food. So yeah, I will. I hope everybody have a good week. I hope everybody have a good day. I hope everybody can, you know, just live their truest, authentic, happiest self, and just be kind to one another. All right. Thank you for traversing this verse with me, and I appreciate you all. Thank you again for listening, and, you know, signing off. This has been a Troyiverse production.